Paladini. One. Hello, welcome to my predictions video for UFC 300, the pay-per-view this weekend, with my friend. I don't know if he wants to be named. I think I turned my phone off. I didn't. All right. So he's Sueky. Sueky on YouTube.
My name is Bartholomew James.
Bartholomew James is his name. And
Yeah.
we're both fans of the sport, and I predict these fights every week anyway. So I'm gonna do it on YouTube. I'm not gonna predict like freaking what's the fight card coming up? Alex Perez versus Nicola. I'm not gonna predict that fight night because I don't really care. I care about some of the fights on there. Well, I care about all the fights, but for this I care about like 95% of them. I'll get to the one I don't really. The one of them I'm kind of like, but it's still interesting, I guess. Anyway, so let's just get into it. Okay, starting with the opener of the card, which is insane. Fucking two former champions. Figueiredo was champion not too long ago. He was champion at the beginning of last year. Garbrandt, I can't say the same about him. He was champion.
Garbrandt, I like to say his prime lasted
6 months.
For like 3 months. Yeah.
Oh god. Honestly, I'll give my breakdown on Garbrandt's career and what happened to him. What I think. Like, he's a fast, athletic guy. And he showed that early in his career. And he like trained his whole MMA life to fuck up Cruz, because the whole gym, the whole Team Alpha Male gym, they just couldn't solve the Cruz. They couldn't solve the Cruz. And then they're like, dude, I'm telling you, he moves this way when you do that, and when you do this, he does that. And he looked untouchable that night. And then you watch the first TJ fight. Yeah, and I know the first TJ fight is known for, he got knocked out with a head kick. No, he got dropped with a head kick. Then he got dropped a few minutes later with a few combinations. Garbrandt, if you watch the TJ fight, he was doing good first round. He was catching TJ, but then when he got hit with the head kick, it was funny. The head kick missed, and he kind of like made at the first one TJ threw, it missed, and Cody was like, not today, and then it landed like 30 seconds later. he got dropped on his ass. He was doing good in that fight, and then they gave him a rematch. Not an instant rematch. It was later that year. No, the next year. And that's the fight. You've probably seen the clips, Sueky. Remember he throws the punch 3 times, and he throws the same punch like 3 times, and he gets countered every time.
Yeah, that's enough backstory.
So Cody went 0-2 against TJ after beating Cruz. Everybody's seen the Pedro Munoz fight. That fight was crazy. That's 0-3 though. Three TKOs in a row. He beats a Sun Tzu. Stunning, fucking amazing ass knockout. The end of round 2.
Last second, right?
Yeah. He beats a Sun Tzu. It is, I will say, a Sun Tzu was on a 2-fight loss streak though, but against good guys. And a Sun Tzu still had it at the end of his career, so that's a good win. Some people are gonna be like, "You knocked out a Sun Tzu, so what?" I'm like, who else knocks out a Sun Tzu? Really? I mean, Ricky Simone knocked him out the fight after that, but that was like a year and a half later. And he's still a good fighter, so that's a good win. He fights Rob Font. He got pieced up by Rob Font, and then he fought Kai Kara, France, and he got wrecked. And what he fought that black guy last year. He's on a 2-win streak now. He fought the black guy and he knocked out Kelleher. And Kelleher, people are gonna say Kelleher sucks. He's an old man. He sucks. I heard Lucas Tracy on YouTube say he has pillow hands. I'm like, have you seen a Kelleher fight? He hits hard the way he throws. He throws big overhands. So some people just don't know the sport. So Kelleher's a good win, I thought. People are like, so you knocked out Kelleher. I'm like, Kelleher has 1 knockout loss other than a Garbrandt. Like I don't even need to do research, guys. I keep this shit in my head. So, anyway. I'm an encyclopedia, exactly. Now, if he submitted Kelleher, then it would be like, okay. Because Kelleher's been submitted a whole bunch, but he knocked out Kelleher first round. So, oh shit, I turned on the Xbox. Now about Figueiredo. Figueiredo, I watched some Figueiredo highlights today.
Figueiredo.
Davison Figueiredo.
Top 5 flyweight of all time.
100%. 100%. He's better than Benavidez.
You know what, top 3? I'd say top 3.
Yeah? No, I think 4. No, yeah, 3. Because he beat Pantoja. So, and Pantoja is number 4.
Is Demetrius.
Demetrius, Cejudo,
Brandon Moreno.
Fuck no. Fuck no. Moreno ain't even touching that. He's not even sniffing that list. He's like number 6. Okay. I watched some Figueiredo footage today. And I forgot how much of just a force he was at flyweight. He would just stalk guys down, hit them with big shots. They would crumble. Like, they wouldn't even get, like, concussed. I mean, there's that one Benavidez knockout where he just totally slept him. But he wouldn't even concuss these guys. They would just fall from the amount of power and strength as a flyweight.
David Figueiredo is a flyweight that should not be a flyweight.
Exactly. That's why he's a bantamweight now.
Yeah.
And, but he would just wreck guys. And everybody loved Moreno. I like Moreno too, but I was rooting for Figueiredo every fight because I just liked Figueiredo. I liked his style. I liked that he was such a big force.
Figueiredo, the GOAT.
Yeah, exactly. And then, so up and down title run after the Moreno fight. And then he fights Rob Font last year, as many of you viewers and Sueky remember. And I thought that was a really impressive showing because I didn't think his chin would hold up too much. I was like, I don't know about his chin at bantamweight. Rob Font, he has heavy hands. Literally, he has huge hands. And
he went out there and dominated.
Yeah, and people are going to say, like, Rob Font's chinny. Like, he's chinny. But he doesn't get knocked out, so it's impressive still. Because name one knockout loss from Rob Font. You guys can't. There's not a single one. That's a fact. He gets dropped and he gets rocked in a lot of fights. But he's never been knocked out. So, it's an impressive win. Same way Marlon Vera beating him the way he did is impressive. Even though people want to shit on Vera because he's not the greatest fighter of all time, it's still an impressive win. So, anyway, but enough ranting about that. So, now into my opinions on this fight. I think Garbrandt is going to be faster when they're swinging in the pocket, close range, But Figueiredo, and I don't even know who has a power advantage, honestly. I'm going to say Garbrandt hits hard and he's faster. But Figueiredo's not going to be stupid in there. Like, he knows how to fight patiently. He's going to do that. Garbrandt, if he gets hit, he's going to want to have a war, and his chin doesn't hold up in wars. That's when he gets dropped and TKO'd. What are your thoughts on it, Sueky?
I think that I would like to think that it would be more of a grappling match on Figueiredo's side. I think Figueiredo would try to. He's obviously gonna put himself forward, try and control the octagon, and I think he's going to take him down a couple times.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
he did it against Font. He held him against the cage.
Yeah. Yeah, but Rob Font, remember his Sandhagen fight? Right before that, he fought Sandhagen, and Sandhagen with a jacked up elbow was taking him down. So maybe he just was able to, and he didn't want to let that go. But I don't think Garbrandt. And here we are at Cody Garbrandt's statistics, and as you can see, takedown is the third right here. Honestly, he doesn't get taken down. He has pretty solid takedown defense. He got taken down twice by Rob Font, but he took down Rob Font 3 times himself. He got taken down by Trevin Jones. Trevin Jones, he's a decent fighter, but he just went a rough patch at the end of his career. Honestly, Garbrandt's been taken down 3 times in his whole UFC career. I'm looking at it right now. So I don't know if Figueiredo takes him down. I mean, Figueiredo he's strong. He could, but you never know. I don't know if he wrestles. I don't know if he grapples really, because I've never seen Garbrandt in any danger submission wise too. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't think I have.
From the fights that I've seen, I haven't seen any of that.
Yeah, I just see him striking. They don't put him against much grapplers, and this is like Figueiredo does everything. So that's why
Right.
the wrestling came up in the first place.
Yeah.
Anyway, my official prediction is going to be. I thought about saying Garbrandt catches him in the pocket while they're swinging, but Figueiredo's not going to be swinging at him, and if he does, I think he'll get out of danger before he gets hit really. And you know he has a pretty solid chin. He has a pretty solid chin, and even at bantamweight he took a few big shots from Font, and I liked that his chin held up.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna predict Davis and Figueiredo to win a decision. 3-round. I don't think Garbrandt's gonna get knocked out. I think Garbrandt's gonna look decent. He's gonna get rocked. Maybe once. He's gonna get maybe dropped a little. Maybe dropped on his ass. I say that like it's a bad thing. Like, oh, he's been dropped on his ass, but maybe dropped. But I don't think he's gonna get blown out of the water like some people think. I think with a good performance, they'll give him Dominic Cruz or something, or maybe Jose Aldo.
Potentially.
Yeah. So what's your official prediction for the fight?
You know what? Some part of me, I'm conflicted. I either think it's going to be a Figueiredo TKO, or I could go with a wild pick, and I could say Cody Garbrandt is going to win by decision.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in my opinion, if Garbrandt has a chance of winning, it's by knockout.
Because you know what? Everybody's saying, oh, Figueiredo's going to take his soul, Figueiredo's going to take his soul. It's not impossible.
It's
for
not.
Cody Garbrandt to win. Let's stop saying that,
100%. Like,
there's no proof.
100%. I don't think it's impossible at all.
I'm going to go final lock. I'm going to go Figueiredo, round 2 TK.
All right, so we both have Figueiredo, just different ways. But I could see a finish too. I just think Garbrandt's chin is going to hold up better than usual, like it did in the Rob Font fight.
Well, have you seen?
Because they have similar.
Twitter, fighting down on weights.
Yeah, I saw that.
Working on it.
Exactly. He needs it. Honestly, I'll say this to the video and everything. His chin's not terrible. It's bad when he's sitting down in the pocket swinging with people, but a lot of chins aren't at their best when they're there. Like he doesn't have a terrible chin. He has like a if you would give his chin like a letter grade, it would be like a C plus, maybe like a C plus, maybe a B minus.
Yeah.
But when he's swinging, he has like a D.
I just want to say, if he gets knocked out, I'm calling him Cody Garch.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he'll need two in a row for me to call him a name, like Dariush. I didn't call him the name now, but anyway, all right.
Next fight.
Well, the next fight
And we're back.
is two veterans. A fight between two veterans. Bobby Green debuted 2013, I believe. Jim Miller debuted about 2008. So two veterans. Jim Miller has the most fights, most wins in the UFC. Second most submission wins, I'm pretty sure, and he's been knocking a lot of guys out recently. I said that like Patty the Vet, you heard that?
Yeah.
God, I sounded like Patty when I would knocking out. All right, that's another cut. Anyway, yeah, he's been knocking a lot of people out, and he has heavy hands. You can tell by his frame. Someone like Fiziev doesn't hit crazy hard, but you would think he does because the way he's built.
Yep.
Who Bobby actually fought Fiziev. I'll get into that fight maybe, but then you got Bobby Green, who it was looking like he was coming back a little bit. Like he got knocked out by Dober, so Bobby knocked out Jared Gore over the head, but it was a pretty clean win. And then he beat Tony Ferguson, which Tony's not really a great win anymore. Not even really a good win because he just can't really fight anymore. His body won't let him. But it's still a win that's going to get you like a top 15 opponent next or something, or at least it'll get you in the top 20. Tony was ranked like number 19. Bobby was like number 21. So it made sense, and it got Bobby higher in the rankings. So they gave him Grant Dawson after that. I remember thinking, oh God, Grant Chinson. Oh God, I hated that guy. I was like, this guy's gonna stink it up. He's gonna make a Bobby Green fight boring. Just pathetic. And then You know, Bobby knocked him out in 30 seconds, and I was fucking happy. I was like, oh
Living.
god,
He
that's
was
awesome.
living.
And they were like, he's gonna get knocked out. And I'm like, no, he's not. He always fights like this. I mean, he could get knocked out, but not by Nerd Dawson. So, he
Elohim scream.
exactly he plants that shot on Dawson, who can't strike to save his life. Dawson gets knocked out by Bobby Green. When do you ever hear that? And then he's like jumping around the cage. I'm like, that's fucking awesome. Bobby Green's in the top 10. So I'm like, shit, this is Bobby Green's fucking time. He's 37. He's making his way back to the top 10. Then they give him Dan Hooker. I'm like,
And then
yep.
December 3rd comes around.
Yeah, they gave him Dan Hooker for December 3rd, and I was like, shit, man, that's a scrap. And it was going to be the main event. Dana wanted it as the main event, but instead they put Sueky and Dariush as the main event. And Dana was like, fuck that, it's still going to be 5 rounds. So that would have been sick. But then Dan Hooker had lasting injuries from the Turner fight. So they got Turner, the guy who gave him those injuries. And that was sad. That was a terribly late stoppage.
Yeah, it went down.
Yeah, terribly late stoppage. Yeah, it went down. It's going to go down. That's my Bobby Green impression. But, yeah, do your Bobby impression.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Next.
Sheesh. Oh, God. Hey. What's Dern fight? I want to break her fight down. Why can't she be on the... Okay. Anyway. That's a cut. So, now Bobby's fighting 4 months later after that stoppage. And against Jim Miller, man, Jim Miller hits hard. And the only thing about Miller is he plods a little bit. And if you're plotting against Bobby, he's going to pick you apart. But who knows if he'll even do that anymore. That could have taken years off his career. He could look like shit coming in. You know? And I know Bobby's never going to turn down a fight. He's never going to be like, nah, I need to recover. He's going to be like, yeah, get my ass back in there. And that's why he's fighting in April. You know? But, honestly, if Bobby didn't get terribly knocked out with a late stoppage, I would say he would pick apart Jim Miller on the outside, kind of like the Nasrat Haqparast fight. He just picked the shorter guy apart. He looked really good in that fight.
I have to go back and watch that.
Yeah, and that's what I picture when I think of the Jim Miller fight. But now that I don't know how his chin's gonna hold up if he takes one shot. Because he doesn't block his head, you know?
Yeah. I do think Jim Miller is the fresher of the two heading into this fight.
Yeah.
Yes, Jim just came off a decision victory, but I don't think that means much.
He submitted the guy. You got a rear
submission.
You got a rear
Yes,
naked.
you're right.
Yeah.
My fault. Yes, a submission. Yes, you're right. Okay, what am I talking about? Yeah.
And his striking looked good too. He was throwing in combination. He was going in the Muay Thai clinch, throwing leg kicks too. He looked good in that fight. His striking, his wrestling looked good. And Benitez, he's a tough out. He's not a good fighter. No. He's a good fighter. He's not a great fighter, but he's a tough out for a lot of guys.
Right.
And and Miller made him look out of his league. So Anyway, I'm gonna get my official prediction. I think Bobby's gonna pepper him up a little bit at range, but eventually he's gonna get caught with a shot, and I can see. One thing I left out. I think Miller's gonna slam some leg kicks too, but I don't know. He's not. He was landing good leg kicks against Benitez, but Bobby's defended leg kicks before. He's never really been leg kicked to death, other than the Barboza fight, which is in 2014. So I'm not even gonna mention it. I think Bobby's gonna get touched. He's gonna go down, and Miller's gonna. If he doesn't finish him with ground and pound, he's gonna get him in a guillotine.
Yeah, the way I think, I really don't know how it could play out. It could play out on the feet, play out on the ground. I do think Jim is going to force Bobby where he wants, because Bobby, I don't necessarily know if Bobby's going to say we're going on the feet, going down. I think Bobby is well fighting everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
If that makes sense. I
Exactly.
think he's okay with doing anything.
Yeah, a lot of people say Bobby has bad wrestling. It's like, so what? Islam took him down. Islam takes down everyone.
Yeah.
Other than that, he doesn't
So
get
my
taken down much.
yeah. So my official prediction is Jim Miller is going to go into that octagon and make Bobby Green look
Okay.
and take home the win.
Shut
My official prediction is Jim Miller is going to go into that octagon and make Bobby Green look and take home the victory.
Yeah.
Okay. Jim Miller by decision.
Alright. Yeah. So we both have Jim Miller. But if this was Bobby before the Turner fight, I think he strikes up Jim Miller. That's a weird thing. I said strikes up. He boxes him up. The next
And we're
fight
back.
is Jessica Andrade, who's 5'1", which I did not know, and I'm reading that right now. That's insane. 5'1", against the 5'6" Marina Rodriguez, who knocked out my girl Amanda Ribas. I'm still a bit sad about, but I got over it a little bit because I saw Marina fight when she fought Virna in Jersey. Exactly, guys. For the people watching, I spent 30 minutes watching Virna fight live. It's pathetic. It's pathetic.
30 minutes of his life is dedicated to just being a J hero.
Yep. Or Janji Doba, however the hell John Attic thinks he has to pronounce people's name. They did good putting this on 300. If there's gonna be a girl fight at 300, this is the one to put, in my opinion. It's better than the title fight, I think. The title fight's good, but this is a better fight because Yan Xiaonan got a lucky punch.
Try to finish each other. Yeah.
Exactly, like Yan Xiaonan, she caught Andrade throwing 5 hooks in a row, but other than that, she doesn't get knockouts like that ever.
Yeah.
So, anyway. So Marina has a good Muay Thai style. She hits people at the end of her punches. She lands them clean on the chin. She has good accuracy, decent power, and everything. She had that knockout over my girl. The knockout over. I'm gonna cut that out. That knockout over Amanda Ribas was really clean, biased aside. Made her fall on her face and everything. And then she looked good against... I haven't rewatched it since it happened, but she looked good against Watterson, too. She fucked up Watterson so bad.
Yes. Very bad, yeah.
Yeah, and, like, Watterson isn't anything special. She's lost, like, 6-7 fights in a row now. I mean, she has, like, one split decision win, but I remember thinking she didn't win that at all. So it's, like, 7 losses in a row. It's, like, Ferguson level. Anyway.
Ferguson.
And Andrade, she looked good against Dern. Because people are going to say, oh, she knocked out Dern, so what? Well, Dern hasn't really been knocked out before in a fight. So, that was a good performance. I don't care what people say. And Amanda Lemos outstruck her, too, in that fight. But, like, it's different because Lemos didn't knock her out. Didn't drop her 4 times like Andrade did. Like, Amanda Lemos kind of like got lucky that the first round was even scored to her, in my opinion. Because Dern was close to winning that fight, even though she looked so terrible in the striking in the second round. She was doing good in that. I mean, as good as a woman can do in a fight. This isn't sexist, guys, by the way. But you know, so Lemos kind of got lucky that she won that fight.
It was a very close
that
fight.
The judges weren't like that. The judges for once were like, oh, damage over control in a women's fight, women's MMA. Anyway, I'm gonna get to my prediction. My official prediction for this fight, I think Marina Rodriguez is gonna keep Andrade away because if you watch the Dern fight in some of those exchanges, Dern, who had the longer reach, was keeping Andrade away. So her hooks wouldn't really land until Dern would get close because she doesn't really have good striking IQ. She would get close and start to swing with her chin in the air. And then that's when Andrade would catch her. But Marina knows how to strike. She's not going to have her chin in the air right in front of her. She's going to be at range.
That's true.
and if Andrade steps into range, she used to have an iron chin, but who knows? She got dropped by Yan Janon. Maybe that was a perfectly placed punch right at the end of a 5-punch combination with the same punch from Andrade.
Yeah.
But who knows? The Weasel keeps saying that he's some YouTube MMA critic. He's saying Andrade's chin is gone. I think that's an overreaction. I don't think her chin is gone. But we'll see. If she gets knocked out with like a counter shot while rushing in this fight, I'll be like, damn, that's 2 knockout losses the same way.
I don't think that will happen.
Yeah.
I don't think she's gonna learn from that mistake. She's a veteran, former champion.
Well, I don't know. She's been doing that forever. It's just now she got caught by it.
Yeah.
Like, anyway, so my prediction is Marina Rodriguez by a. I'm thinking TKO, but maybe I'll go decision.
I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to go Marina Rodriguez by decision.
All right. Okay, the next fight is Jalen Turner versus Renato Moicano. And as you can see, Jalen Turner is 6'3", 77-inch reach. Moicano is 5'11", 72-inch reach. Moicano has 5 losses. Jalen Turner has 7 losses. I didn't know that. And this is striker versus grappler, 100%. I know Moicano didn't look great in his last fight against Dober, but like, it's hard to take down a stocky guy like that. So when you get him down, you have to kind of keep him down, and the way to do that is to stink up the fight a little bit. And Dober made it a fight because Dober's a tough out for any top 15 guy, except Islam. But if Dober fought Turner, I think Turner cracks Dober. The way Favola did. But,
probably, yeah.
Yeah, because he has an iron chin, but it's not as iron as some people are saying. Because honestly, if you've been knocked out before, you don't have a step below an iron chin. Because you might be able to take shots like you're not even being hit. But if you've been knocked out before in your career, that's always looming, and it's always looming in my head. It's like, sure, taking these shots, but sooner or later you're going to get knocked out again. And I was thinking that even before Favola hit him, because early in his career he was knocked out. That was his only knockout loss, but early in his career he was, Turner, same thing I think about Turner. I've seen him rocked, I've seen him knocked out. So, Turner, when he was fighting Dan Hooker, I was like, see, Dan Hooker can rock him because Turner's been knocked out before. That's just the way the chin works. If you've been knocked out before, it's always looming there. It's always looming. It's gonna come out at one point. Yeah. You're gonna have another knockout loss. So like, anyway.
Only a matter of time before the chin starts chinning.
Exactly. That's perfect.
Blooper reel.
Yep. All right. I'm not gonna go into as much detail. There's not much I can say on these two, because what I've said has already been said. So, do you want to go into your prediction first this time?
Yeah, I'd like to analyze it a little bit though. I think Jalen Turner shows that he can hang with the strikers. He went to an absolute war with Dan Hooker, knocked out Bobby Green in his last fight.
Yep.
But I think that the grappling of Moicano is going to be too much for him. I do think that Moicano will do similar what he did to Dober. I think he will hold him down, and I think that he will win by decision.
Yeah, I know people say
if he can open himself up to it.
I know people say that Turner, like it's easier to take down guys that are long like that. But I really haven't seen many people take down and hold Turner. I mean, the one thing that worries me about his takedown defense and everything is that Gamrot took him down. Gamrot can't hold anyone down. He can't hold anyone down, and he was holding Turner down for when he got him down. So
yeah, I do think that he will not be able to handle.
But the thing about Moicano that I don't think you're realizing, Moicano also has that chin issue, but even worse because he's been finished 3 times in the UFC by knockout. He got finished by Jose Aldo, standing TKO, when he was at featherweight. He was a top 5 at featherweight. People forget that. He was top 5 at featherweight. He got finished by Jose Aldo. Then he fought Korean Zombie. A lot of people expect him to beat Korean Zombie, but he got hit with one of the most flush overhands I've ever seen in my life. And he got TKO'd after that. That's 2 in a row that he got TKO'd. And pretty much KO'd. Like that Korean Zombie one was pretty much like a KO. Like the way he dropped and everything. But it was real to TKO because he wasn't out. Anyway, he moved up to lightweight, and then he fought Fiziev, and he got TKO'd again. That was an early stoppage, but he got dropped hard. So, that's 3 knockout losses. And then he got dropped at RDA with a head kick. And a month ago, I would have said, you're getting dropped at RDA, that's not good. But then he drops Gamrot. But then again, Gamrot gets dropped by everyone. He would get dropped by my grandmother. So, I don't put too much stock into RDA's knockdowns at Gamrot, because Gamrot's striking defense is awful. But, Moicano doesn't have really the chin to be hit by Turner. I mean, you said Turner, he holds up with the strikers. He is the striker. Like, he's like the striker at lightweight, in my opinion. One of them. His length and everything helps him a lot.
Yeah.
His reach. 77 inches compared to 72 inches.
That's big. Yeah, that's a big gap. Yeah.
And 6'3" compared to 5'11". Yeah, 6'3", 5'11", 46-inch leg reach to 42.5. Everything.
I think it all depends on who gets working first.
Exactly. But Turner, Turner gets tired, but he gets tired if you beat on him. And I don't think if Moicano gets him down, he's not going to beat on him. He's gonna hold and look for his positions to get to the back and everything.
Definitely wins on the feet.
Yeah, like Turner's going to win on the feet. But Moicano, if he takes him down, like Turner's not going to gas out unless I saw him in the Dan Hooker fight. He gassed out, but that's because Dan Hooker was putting it on him. But Moicano's not going to put it on him at the ground and pound if he gets him down. He's going to hold him and look for positions. So, at the end of the day, my prediction for this fight, I'm going to say Turner is going to get taken down round 1, control it a little bit, maybe get up at the end of round 1, or he'll wait it out, and in round 2, I think he'll finish Moicano on the feet. So I'm going to go round 2, TKO, Jalen Turner, after getting controlled in the first round. And then, yeah. What was your prediction again?
I said Moicano by decision.
Sadiq Youssef versus the GOAT, Diego Lopez. We saw him debut in the same building. We were in the same building, both of us. Yep. And we watched him debut. And that was sick because nobody expected against the Dagestani to look that good in your debut. But he put it on him. He put it on him. And to watch his career after that, like Gavin Tucker's a good tough out. Like he's a good fighter, and he submitted Gavin Tucker with the armbar like a flying armbar in like a minute, And then he fought Pat Sabatini, but I call him Sabatelli. And like, listen, Sabatelli's chinny. Like he has a terrible chin, but. He's a big, strong. Well, he's not big. He's a little runt, but he's like a little strong wrestler. And nice build. And he got thrown on his head trying to take Diego down, and then he got hit with an uppercut and overhand, and that just shows the wild striking of Diego. Sadiq Youssef doesn't have the best chin either in the world. Right. Yeah. He got glanced with a I'm not saying it wouldn't rock any other fighter, but he got glanced with the foot, with the toes, and the foot of Barboza from that wheel kick, and he was falling all over the place. And he's been rocked many times. He's been dropped. When I look at him, I don't see a great chin. Yeah. And Diego, with his wild striking, could catch it, but Sadiq Youssef.
I do think that
Yeah.
Youssef is coming off a tough loss because obviously that first round was dominated.
Exactly. That's the thing. He starts early. He starts early, and he starts powerful, and he starts big, and he can catch Diego because I rewatched the Sabatelli fight a few times. It's a minute long, so And Sabatelli caught him with a punch or two that made Diego's hair jump up. But that's mostly because his hair is like that. But still,
You know,
like,
I
and,
also wanted to bring up a point that we don't know. Like Diego's chin hasn't really been tested
oh no no no
outside
no
of
it
the Mobstar fight.
no it has. I looked at his record. They recently gave him a Wikipedia, and I saw.
Well, yeah, in the record, but I'm talking about like the UFC
Uh,
against the top
well, that's
guys.
my
Yeah,
thing. When I see a KO loss, it looms in the back of my head that you're gonna get
yeah,
knocked out by somebody.
right.
So like, he got knocked out by a Russian guy. I was like, oh crap, he got knocked out. But it sounds worse me saying it because I looked at the fight. It was a scrap for a few rounds, and then they went to the ground, and he was looking for like submissions, and he started getting hit with ground and pound, and he was like out of it, so they stopped the fight. It wasn't really like a KO, but he was like out of it,
Yeah,
so they kind of stopped that. But I can't find. He has another loss by TKO, and I can't specify if that's ground and pound TKO or like he got dropped and they stopped it or something. Because that I couldn't find tape on that.
should all be
Diego,
on Fight Pass.
he
It'll
probably
be on
has a
Fight Pass.
decent chin. I don't think he would have a great chin, but neither does Yusuf. But Yusuf hits hard. So does Diego. I don't know. I feel like Diego could. I'll say my prediction. My prediction is, I think Diego's gonna start fast. So is Yusuf. They're gonna have like a car crash. Yusuf might rock him or something. Diego will be covered against the cage, maybe looking for a takedown. Yusuf's gonna go a bit crazy, blow his wad. And then maybe a few minutes into round one, I think Diego plants one on Yusuf and drops him. And if he doesn't get knocked out after that, he's gonna get fucked up in the jiu-jitsu aspect. He'll be tapping real quick, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know by
I
what,
think
but
that it's
you know,
going to be a Diego decision. I do think
a
they're going
decision.
to.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yusuf, like I don't think Diego has the facilities to win a decision. Like the way he fights, like he'll always be down on the scorecard. The way he
I think
fights.
if he can get control.
Yeah, but he doesn't do control though. He doesn't do control. He likes to be on his back.
I don't know. I don't really see a way that Youssef gets finished unless he's the one that does the finish.
No, I can see him
I
get.
just
I can see him getting cracked. Like, he has like a sus chin. I can see him getting cracked and either giving up his neck or maybe shooting a takedown. Diego notices it and he jumps like an armbar or something. Because like when I said I don't know what submission he'll get on Yusuf if he goes that route because Diego has a plethora. I think that's the right word. A plethora of submissions that he uses. He has arm bars, knee bars, kimuras, triangles. He does everything. Most people, like Moicano, only has a rear naked choke. That's it. That's it. He doesn't do anything else other than a rear naked. Same with Grant Dawson. Same with Brendan Allen. I mean, Brendan Allen has a knee bar in the UFC, I'm pretty sure, but still. Like, some guys only do the one submission. People like Oliveira and Diego, they do a ton of submissions.
things.
Yeah. Like you can see in the way that Alexa, my other girl, is fighting. In that second Valentina fight, she was pulling like knee bars and stuff. I don't even remember. She was pulling like arm bars and stuff. It was pretty cool. You could tell Diego was working a lot with her. If you know what I mean. So what's your official prediction? You said Diego decision.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Diego Lopez. First round. TKO or any submission he, wants or that he thinks will work. But Yusuf, I'm not looking over Yusuf. Yusuf's a good fighter, and some people are like, "Oh, he lost to Barboza." I'm like, Barboza still has it. Barboza's chin isn't great anymore, so like, who knows? Barboza could lose in any day because his chin isn't that great. But that doesn't mean he's bad. Like he can lose. He can get knocked out. Then his next fight, he can put on a striking clinic. It just depends the matchup. So this is Kayla Harris and Holly Holm. Sugi, what do you have to say about this fight? Like everything about it.
I don't think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be one of the lower fights of the night. I don't think it's gonna be bad by any means. I am excited to see what Kayla Harrison can bring to the UFC.
Yeah.
Holly Holm as her first opponent. I don't know what that says. I mean, Holly Holm's not terrible. She's just boring.
Yeah.
But she can still go. She can still go.
I've known about Kayla for a few years because I like to, I have Twitter, so I hear about this stuff. Anyway, so she's a good judo practitioner. She has decent wrestling for girls. You know, she's an alien for all I know. I'm just kidding. I don't want to be mean, but she, I think she's gonna go in there. Let's see how old she is. Are they gonna tell us?
I think she's 33. Last time I checked.
33. Okay, she's 33. Holly Holm's about 43, and you know, I don't think Holly Holm. She's clinch fighting a lot these days, and if you're gonna be clinch fighting against Kayla, you're gonna get tossed on your back.
Yeah.
So I don't really think there's many ways that Holly Holm can win, but Kayla Harrison, I've never seen her strike a day in my life, so I don't know. But Holly Holm doesn't strike anymore though,
Yeah.
so I don't know. Like she knocked out Ronda, but yeah.
Yeah. I did do some research on Kayla Harrison. Now, I haven't watched a fight, but I do know her only loss is her only decision. Victory or loss. She's never been to decision.
Well, I heard about the loss.
Well, she has been.
I didn't know that.
She's only been to decision once and she lost it. Otherwise, it's been knockouts or submissions. So I do think we're going to see a submission. I do think it's going to be another submission. Submission loss for Holly Holm. That's basically my prediction.
I don't think Harrison has any jiu-jitsu other than an armbar from a judo throw or a kimura. So I don't think she submits Holly Holm. Then again, I don't know. I don't watch much Kayla Harrison, but
she did have some finishes that were chokeholds. She did have some chokeholds.
Well, like a rear naked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think her last fight was a guillotine. But no, it was a TKO.
No, her last win was a decision. I watched that. Because Brunson was on the card. I remember watching that. As you can see, guys, I have the thing now here. So she lost to Larissa Pacheco. I know Pacheco. She hits kind of hard. She hits hard for a girl. She's like a man. So, she probably just outstruck Harrison in that fight. But before that, she had an arm triangle. Well, that's like a wrestler choke. I don't put much jiu-jitsu stock into that, Armbar, armbar, kimura, armbar. Yeah, yeah. Like these are all judo submissions. Why do you think Ronda had all those arm bars?
Yeah.
Oh, she beat that girl she lost to twice by decision. So she did have decisions. She had 1, 2, 3, 4. She has 4 decision wins. 4 decision wins, 6 TKO. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. And 6 submission wins. So I don't think she'll catch. If she's gonna catch Holly in a submission, it'll be by an armbar, or maybe a kimura. I don't think she'll get on top, pound her out, and land like a arm triangle or something. I don't think she'll get in her back and get a rear naked.
I could see a TKO too.
I could see a TKO due to ground and pound, but Holly's a vet. She knows how to stay safe down there, out of danger. So I think if she'll probably just get controlled. I'll probably say Kayla Harrison by 3-round decision. But I could see Holly outstriking her, but Holly doesn't strike anymore, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Holly kind of just tries to take you down or hold you against the cage. Calvin Kattar versus Aljamain Sterling. My thoughts on this. I saw the embedded episode and Aljo was looking big, so he was wearing like a do-rag and everything. He looked pretty big in it. I think he's gonna come in big. He's gonna come in healthy. He's not gonna kill himself on the weight cut like usual. Like it's gonna be a weight cut. I heard he's at like 170. It's gonna be a decent little cut there. But like it's still gonna be 25 pounds. But or 35. I don't know. I don't do math, guys. But it's not going to be. He's not going to 35 anymore. So, Cater, a lot of people said I think Cater fucks him up into striking. And, like, I don't know. He's been out with a knee injury since 2022, in October. That was sad. Because I really like Cater. He's one of my favorite featherweights.
Yeah,
But,
I'm not too sure. It all depends on how Aljo acclimates to
I think it
featherweight.
depends on both of them. I want to see how Cater looks after that injury. He was out for a year and a half.
I don't think he's fought since I started watching, has he?
Nah, not yet. Not yet. He's only fought a few times since I've been watching seriously. Like, the first fight I remember of him, he knocked out Jeremy Stevens with an elbow. And then he fought Danny Ige. He won a decision against Ige. I don't remember that fight too much, but I'll have to rewatch it one time. Then he got fucked up by Holloway. You heard about that fight. I'll be 100% you had to. Do you? That's when Holloway like 50-42'd him.
Where?
The
Oh, that
Holloway
was
and
when.
Cater. Yeah, he had like 50-42.
Damn.
Yeah, Cater, and then he was out for a year. He came back and he beat Giga. And then he beat Josh Emmett, but the judges gave it to Emmett, which is pretty weird. And then he fought Arnold Allen. That's when he got injured. I want to see how both of them hold up after the weight class move and the injury. But my official prediction for this, I could see, Aljo's not a great wrestler, like takedown, like he's not great at takedowns, but he's good at holding you and getting to your back and being a human backpack. That's what he called himself once.
Yeah, human backpack is rap.
Exactly. And if he gets on Cater's back, he's choking out Cater. Who knows though? I don't know. I don't know how his squeeze is at featherweight. His squeeze at bantamweight, I don't know if it'd be too different, but I don't know. He hasn't finished anyone in a long time. I'm not gonna count the TJ fight. TJ's arm popped out of his shoulder. I mean you know what I mean, popped out of the socket.
Yeah.
His last finish before that was Corey Sandhagen. Before that, his last finish was the.
TJ didn't finish Corey.
No. Aljo's last finish.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about TJ.
Nah. Anyway, so I think if Aljo gets him down and gets to his back, maybe he has a chance. But I think he's gonna get pieced up on the striking. The power's gonna be a bit too much, and he's gonna get saved by the ref, like standing TKO or something, or maybe he'll flop to his back. Aljo likes to play the game a little bit, go to his back and recover, probably. And he probably will. I think he'll get TKO'd.
You think Aljo gets TKO'd?
Yeah. What's your prediction?
Right.
Wait, but I do have to mention this, though. I think Aljo's going to get TKO'd, but that's only if Cater isn't, fucked up from the injuries. If he's fucked up from the injuries, then Aljo's gonna take him down with a single leg because one of his legs is gonna be fucked up. So he's gonna go for the lead leg. So I think he injured his back leg, Cater, his back knee.
Right.
He's gonna shoot. Well, he missed a flying knee and he landed weird. And then I feel like Cater's going to no. I feel like Aljo, if his leg is that compromised, then Aljo's gonna shoot a single leg on his strong knee, and he'll be on the weak knee, and then he'll just topple over. Because what are you gonna defend? What are you gonna defend a single leg on your knee that's compromised? Nah.
Right.
But my official prediction is I'm assuming Cater's is all healed up from all the injuries. He took a good amount of time off. He'll be old though. He'll be 36 when he comes back, but I think he'll be good.
I think it's obviously going to be a tough fight for Aljo. It's going to be a tough fight for both of them, but who knows how well Aljo can adjust to the new weight class. So it really is hard for me to predict. I'm gonna say Calvin Kattar by decision. I think Calvin can outstrike him.
Yeah. I just don't know about Aljo's chin at featherweight because his chin at bantamweight, it's okay. But then again, now he's not cut at weight. Maybe he was taking. Maybe his chin was going from the weight cut. I don't know.
Yeah,
But I don't.
Aljo has only been knocked out once, no, twice, but only like
Yeah.
knocked out once.
But he gets rocked though. He gets rocked. So you know.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's gonna get like knocked down or nothing. I just think he's gonna get beat on in the boxing, because Kattar's style. If you haven't watched any Kattar, he's a strict just boxer, 100%.
I don't think I've ever seen a Calvin Kattar fight.
Yeah. If I were to maybe look up his highlights or something. He has some good slick combinations. He knocked out Shane Burgos. He knocked out Jeremy Stevens, Ricardo Lamos.
I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah.
But I do know Calvin Kattar's a beast, though. I do know that for sure.
Yeah, he was the man. It sucked that he got injured. Anyway, I feel like Aljo's gonna get beat on the striking. The ref's gonna like step in before he gets like knocked out or badly concussed or something, and then he's gonna have to like maybe he'll fight like a Dan Ige or something, or Caceres. And Dan Ige is a worse matchup. That's an even worse matchup for Aljo. Because Aljo's not taking down Ige. Ige's short. He's not taking down Ige. I mean, he might. Who knows? There's not many wrestlers at featherweight. So none of them really have been tested. Only Mavsar. And Mavsar doesn't... I mean, like, when his wrestling isn't great, but he just holds on to people. So, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, my prediction is Kattar by round 2, TKO at the end of the round, maybe round 3. Your prediction was Kattar decision?
I think Kattar by decision, yeah.
Okay. Honestly, I've seen Rakic fight, like, once.
I have not seen him fight, yeah.
Yeah, like we haven't been fans of 10 years or something. But, you know, I started watching around COVID.
Rakic is coming off of an injury, though.
Yep, he fought Blachowicz. The only fight I've ever seen of him live. He fought Blachowicz, and Blachowicz was kind of beating on him a little bit, checking all of his leg kicks, because Rakic has huge legs, by the way. Huge, like, quads, I think. That's what the term is. Yeah. And, but nobody can leg kick Blachowicz unless you're Alex Pereira. So he was checking all the leg kicks, beating on Rakic a little bit. Then Rakic, like, he was doing a bit better. But then his leg was just fucked up from all the check leg kicks, so he got injured. He was out for a year. He was going to fight Blachowicz. Remember, he was going to fight Blachowicz. Blachowicz pulled out, though, with a neck injury. It was going to be this year. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to go into too much detail because I don't know much about Rakic. I know he's been dropped once or twice, so, you know, he doesn't have a granite chin, but I'm sure he has a decent chin. But I think Yuri... Yeah, Yuri doesn't have a granite chin either. He gets rocked every fight.
Yeah.
But the thing about Yuri is Alexander Rakic, he's not going to, like, meet him in the middle. Like, all he does is move back, hold people against the cage. Like, when I see clips of his fights and stuff, I don't, you know, he doesn't strike me as someone that will catch Yuri in a rhythm or something like Alex Pereira will, or like Glover will. I feel like he'll just try to bide his time, and you can't bide your time with Yuri because you'll get knocked the fuck out. Like, literally. Ask Dominic Reyes, ask Volkan Ozdemir. Like, there's no like, he's not gonna let you off the hook and like TKO you. He's gonna fucking like kill you, like unlife you when he knocks you out. I mean, Glover got out easy. Glover went through a 5-round war and got submitted at the end. Like, that's an easy way out. I'm not saying Glover took an easy way out. I'm just saying, like, he didn't get killed like I thought he would. I thought the first punch would knock out Glover. I thought the first punch landed would knock out Glover 10 seconds into the fight. That didn't happen. It was a war. Glover was up in the scorecards, but then he got tapped 30 seconds left. One of the greatest fights ever, by the way. Anyway. So my prediction is I think Yuri's going to knock out Rakic with a 1-2, maybe just a 2 in the end of round 1 or something like that. Maybe midway through.
Yeah, I do agree with you. I do think I'm going to take Yuri by knockout.
Yeah. But I didn't know Rakic was that much bigger. He's 6'4".
Yeah, Rakic he's a big dude.
Let's see their reach. 78, 80. Oh, shit. Yuri has a longer reach than Rakic. Alright, then that just proves my point.
Yeah.
Go to Bo Nickel. There's Cody Brundage. Listen, people are sleeping on Cody Brundage. I'm not saying he's going to win. But I'm saying he doesn't suck. Like, come on, guys. Like, he's not terrible. Like, sure.
I did hear that Cody Brundage has had, he's a dog. He's the guy that.
Nah. Well,
got you on short notice.
I'll tell you this. He's not like he's not like the most tough guy. Like, he'll stick in there. Like, he wilts a little bit under the pressure. But like, he's a good fighter. He knocked out Tresean Gore, which is a good win. Tresean Gore, like, he's been beaten, but he hasn't been knocked out cold, like fucking Brundage did to him in the first minute of the first round. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Brundage, then he submitted some guy from the Republic of Congo. I don't even remember his name. I saw him live though at the UBS, but he submitted that guy with the guillotine. That was a good win. He he then who else did he? I'm pretty sure he was messing up. What's his name? A little bit. Rodolfo Vieira. Now the thing I don't like is he got out wrestled by Blueface, and I don't really like that.
Blueface.
Cedricus Dumas.
Oh.
Yeah, he got out wrestled by that creep, and I don't like that. He just kept pulling guillotines, then he would be stuck on the bottom for the end of every round. Do you remember that fight? It was in it was in Jacksonville. It was on the Amanda Ribas Macy Barber card.
Oh, I watched it, but I don't remember that fight.
Well, pretty much the way it went, he would rock Dumas, then he would go for a guillotine and get stuck on bottom for the rest of the round. Yeah, it wasn't a good look. And then he fought Jacob Malkoun, and he kind of just quit. Like he shot a takedown of Malkoun early, got him down. He's really explosive, Brundage, but he quits if stuff doesn't really go his way. But some people are saying he's terrible, he shouldn't be in the UFC. I'm like, he has wins in the UFC, so he should be here. Get out of here.
Yeah.
His last guy, they were bigging up that guy so much, Zachary Reese. Well, that dude went for a triangle and got slammed on his head, knocked out. So, if you're bigging up that guy, now you're going to call him shit because Brundage beat him? Come on. Admit that he's a good fighter, and, he doesn't do it. He's not, a polarizing person either. People just want to shit on him because, MMA Guru and Lucas Tracy, they shit on him, and only their opinions matter, apparently.
Yeah.
So, but Bo Nickel, he's a stud. He has a very good wrestling background. I mean, honestly, I don't know if he does though. Who knows if it translates well in MMA? His one takedown in the UFC, is because of a groin shot against Jamie Pickett. He need him in the cup.
I think I did see that.
Yeah, and then Pickett was like, "Oh, I need a minute," and then he got him down. He didn't take down. Woodburn. He didn't take down Woodburn. He knocked him out. But Woodburn's kind of chinny. Woodburn's chinny. So, And, Woodburn hits hard, but not at middleweight when you're fighting a guy so much bigger than you, like Bo Nickel. Woodburn's 5'7". Bo Nickel's 6'1". It says right here. Yeah, and then I think I want to see if Brundage can defend the takedown though, because I feel like Brundage, but he's so stupid, he might go for takedowns on Bo Nickel.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I can kind of see imagine he rocks Bo Nickel. No, he doesn't rock him because Bo Nickel's ginger. He has to have a good chin. That's just genetic, except if you're Matt Frivola. But if you're ginger, you have a sick ass chin. Most of the time. I don't know why. But it's something with the gingers anyway.
Yeah.
But I could see he lands some good shots. He shoots in the legs, and Nichols like, bet I'll get you in a triangle. Like I have a triangle in my on the contender series. I'll get another triangle. I could see Brundage fucking picking him up and dumping him because somebody was like, what are you gonna slam Bo Nickel? I'm like, if he goes for a triangle, he will. Because he's gone for a triangle before and he got it on the contender series, but against two. So like, but I honestly I don't know if Nickel can take down Brundage. He's such an underdog. Look at these stats. He's a minus 1350 favorite, Bo Nickel. And Brundage is plus 800. I don't know if Bo Nickel could take him down, but I'm gonna say Bo Nickel is gonna win by a fuck. I don't even know, like a decision or something. I don't know. Maybe a TKO.
I don't really know how it ends. I think it's going to start. I think Bo's going to go the same approach as he did with Val Woodburn, but I don't think he's going to get the knockout that way.
I don't think he will because Val Woodburn's a midget compared to Bo Nickel, and Brundage is the same height as Bo Nickel. So
I think this would be a fun test to see if Bo Nickel decides to go the wrestling route.
yeah,
I think that Bo Nickel is eventually going to find a TKO.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I think he's doing. I think maybe he'll get him down eventually, and he'll just succumb to a TKO or maybe a rear naked choke or something. Maybe an arm triangle. I don't know. I think Bo Nickel's going to win, but I'm not set on how yet. Charles Oliveira versus Arman Sarukian. Now, Arman, I underrated his striking. I used to only say he has kicks. He doesn't hit hard. He has pillow hands. You have to have somewhat good. You have to have somewhat good explosive power to knock out Dariush early like that. Because Dariush, when Dariush loses, he gets knocked out first round. But not everyone does that to him. I mean, Alexander Hernandez did it, but still, like. But Hernandez is decent at lightweight. He's pretty decent at lightweight. At featherweight, he's not. At featherweight, he's 0-3. But at lightweight, he beats Jim Miller. And that's a good win, Jim Miller. He beats Jim Miller. He beats the Canadian guy from PFL that retired last year, the curly hair guy.
Talking about Dariush?
No, Hernandez. Anyway, let's stop talking about Hernandez, though. Arman. So, yeah. Like, I'll say, there's a chance he knocks out Oliveira. I just haven't seen Oliveira knocked out in a long, ever, honestly. I've seen him TKO'd once with body shots.
Yeah.
I've never seen him knocked out. I've seen him drop. It's kind of like Rob Font. Like, Rob Font, you never seen him knocked out, but he can be dropped and knocked out.
Yeah, right.
But with Oliveira, I've never seen him knocked out, really. So I feel like Arman could rock him and then maybe take him down or something. But I don't think, unless Oliveira's, out of his mind on the ground and he has no wits about him, then he can dominate him on the ground. But he's not touching Oliveira on the ground if they're fresh down there. He's not landing any ground and pound. He's not going for any submissions. He's a fish on the sand down there with Oliveira if they're both fresh.
Oliveira definitely has the ground game.
And Oliveira has the striking advantage too.
Yeah.
But the power advantage, I don't know though, because they both knocked out Dariush. Oliveira weakened Dariush's chin for that because he came back 6 months later. He came back 5-6 months later after getting knocked out. So it's not like he recovered fully.
I think it just depends on the situation if it's the new guy's time yet.
Well, but I don't think that has anything to do with it because, some people like to say, you're not getting in the top 5. Nobody gets in the top 5 at lightweight. St. Denis didn't. Gamrot didn't. Fiziev couldn't. And Arman is not going to. But Arman beat Dariush. And people are saying that Dariush isn't one of the veterans, like Gaethje, Poirier, and Oliveira, and Chandler. But he is one of them because he's been in the UFC longer than Chandler and Gaethje. but
Right.
they're all veterans though because they've been fighting since the same time.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah. Yeah.
those are the veterans. The only guy to get through is Armin. But that's because Dariush, his chin was weak for the Oliveira fight.
Right.
Who knows how that fight is a few rounds in? Because Dariush, as he goes on, his chin gets better. So he's
Yeah.
early on, like Chris Cyborg could knock him out a minute into a fight. So like, I guess we'll just see. But I hope Oliveira wins. Oliveira is one of my favorite fighters, guys. Um, I I've always been a big fan of Oliveira as long as I've been watching. Really, something tells me, like I think he's gonna win, but I don't want to jinx it. I used to be very safe in my predictions. I would just say if I really wanted someone to win, I would just say they're gonna lose by TKO. So I don't. So it's better if it happens.
Right.
But something's telling me Oliveira's gonna win. But then again, he's 34.
Yeah.
Oliveira and Sueky's like 28.
Yeah. Surukin's young. He's hungry. He wants it. And you know what?
I mean,
There's no better way.
I mean, Oliveira's fucking. He wants this shit. But he has a
Right. Right.
kid
Right.
come. He has a second kid coming. Maybe he's losing it a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I said, Armand's young, he's hungry, and there's no better way of proving that you want it than going out and beating a former
Yeah.
champion.
I just don't want to see him stink it
And
up.
being
Like
big
like
with
it,
eight.
I just don't want to see him stink it up. If you're gonna win in a crazy fashion.
Yeah.
Like Gamrot's never gonna ever like have that thought in his head. Gamrot's never gonna go out there and try to win in a crazy fashion. He's always gonna win what he's best at, which is just shoot takedowns forever, get rocked because you don't have striking defense. That's how Gamrot's gonna fight. But Sarukian, he fights way more than Gamrot. He fights fights. I'm not saying he's like a fighter. Like he's not gonna grit down and swing with you, but like he fights more than Gamrot at least. I just want to see him have a real fight.
Right.
I thought the Dariush fight was gonna be a real fight because Dariush was a real fight for Gamrot, but that just shows Gamrot is levels below Armin, even though he beat Armin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Dariush put it on Gamrot.
No, you know I don't like Gamrot.
Yeah, man, RDA.
I mean, he's good.
fucking
He's
him
good.
up.
He's okay.
He's okay. I don't dislike Gamrot. I just don't like fucking the way he fights.
Yeah.
Like you're never gonna have a scrap out of Gamrot. Anyway, so my official prediction, I'm gonna say Oliveira by TKO. I can catch. I think maybe they'll go to the ground first round. First round will end. Second round, he'll start swinging with Oliveira a little bit, and the same punch that Joaquin Silva rocked Armin with, I think Oliveira hits him with that, but even more damage on it. Because that one hit him at the top of the head. That'll hit him on the chin.
Right.
Also, Armin's a fucking midget. Did you see him next to Joe Rogan?
Yeah, Armin's not the tallest.
Like he's a fucking midget compared to Oliveira. So it says he's 5'7", he's 5'6".
Yeah.
Like Oliveira's 5'10". He's like a real 5'10". He might be 5'11".
Yeah.
Anyway, so what's your prediction?
I think, I do want Oliveira to win, but I don't know. I don't know if he can.
Yeah.
Well, he definitely can. Let me put it that way. He definitely can. There's no,
Yeah.
But I think that Armin wants it more. I just do.
Yeah, but you also got to think about the chin and everything, and come on.
Yeah.
Like Armin's chinny. He has a knockout loss. He's been rocked.
He is chinny, but if he plays it right, he can find the hole. I think if he starts off explosive, he can, kind of confuse him.
Yeah.
Gonna happen. I remember you were talking about it with me when it first got announced. You said that Armin's gonna get confused and then gonna get caught in a submission. So I'm gonna say Oliveira by submission.
Yeah, but I don't think he can guillotine Armin or armbar him or anything because Armin's limbs are too short for that, and his neck, he's like too compact to get choked out. I think if he's gonna lose, he's gonna get finished. But I did say it too. I did say he get submitted, but a lot of the times, submissions work on some people. They don't work on other people. Like that's why Ortega could submit Volk, and he can't No, he can't submit Vulcan. He could submit Yair because one of them's short and stubby. The other one's tall and long. That's what she said.
Yeah.
And
The thing is, I don't think this fight goes to decision.
100%.
I don't see it going.
Oliveira hasn't been to decision since he fought Tony, and before that, Jeremy Stevens, and before that, never before that. So,
Yeah.
It's been to decision like twice.
Yeah.
And then, all right, so you say Arman by...
What? No, I said Oliveira by decision.
Oliveira? Decision?
Yeah. Not decision, by submission, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm going to say Oliveira by TKO, but I'm praying that it happens, though, because every time I predict someone to win, they lose. Someone that I like, I mean, but still, I'm not going to be a pussy anymore. When I predict, I'm going to predict. I'm not going to be a little scared little bitch.
Yeah, that's the only way to go about it.
Justin Gaethje versus Max Holloway.
Fight of the night. Instant fight of the night.
Yeah, I think so. Even if there's going to be a fight better than this, it's fucking Gaethje and Holloway. Like, come on.
Yeah.
So they're the same height, but I would say Gaethje's not 5'11". He's like 5'10". Holloway's like a real 5'11".
Yeah.
So I think Holloway's gonna have the height advantage, and he's looking. People are overrating how big he's looking. Like he's looking bigger than he did at featherweight, but he's not looking like huge like some people are saying. He's looking like Jerome Holloway. That's what he's looking like.
Yeah.
His real name, Jerome Holloway. But I think Gaethje's gonna hit him hard. He's gonna be patient. Holloway's gonna be landing his shots, but they're not gonna have near as much damage as Gaethje's. I think Gaethje's gonna win off of the harder shots landed. I don't think he's gonna drop Holloway. I don't think he's gonna finish Holloway or nothing, but I think he's gonna hit him on the chin a whole lot. Maybe he'll rock him or stumble him a few times in the fight, but I think he'll win off of the harder shots landed.
Yeah.
But if it's the end of the fight and Holloway starts like unloading on Gaethje the way he was Poirier, I think he could finish Gaethje. Because Gaethje's been finished by strikes before. He has a good chin, but he's been finished.
This one is probably the toughest fight to predict.
Yeah.
Because both of them, they're obviously gonna go and try and kill each other. There's no two ways about that.
Yep.
I just don't know. I honestly don't. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're gonna go back and forth. I'm going to say that I think not the weight cut, but the move up is going to be harder for Holloway, and I think Justin is going to take this one by decision.
Yep.
I think it's going to be a decision.
I
have that feeling.
I think he doesn't lose by knockout or nothing. I mean, he could lose by submission, but Gaethje's never submitting anyone ever in his life. So, he doesn't have any jiu-jitsu at all. He doesn't even have defensive, offensive. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
The only way he can lose not decision is knockout. And I doubt that happens to Holloway, with his chin.
Yeah.
But, a lot of people are having flashbacks of the Gaethje and Ferguson fight where Gaethje, he was never the same again after that. But really, he wasn't the same, but it didn't make Tony what he is now. What made Tony what he is now is that Chandler front kick.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of overreaction, a lot of the Twitter people, they overreact a lot about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the way I see it is he'll hit him, he'll have the more thudding hard shots of the fight. Holloway will turn it on at the end. I think Gaethje will win 4-1 or maybe 3-2 on decision.
Yeah.
And then Holloway's going to move down and fight Topuria at the end of the year, I think. But not in Spain.
I'd like to do that.
But not in Spain. They're probably going to do that fight in MSG or the December pay-per-view.
Potentially.
But then they're going to do Topuria versus O'Malley in Spain if Topuria beats Merab. 100%. Or they'll do the Topuria-Volkanovski fight next year in Spain.
Did you say Topuria beats Merab?
If O'Malley beats Merab.
Okay, you said Topuria.
Which spoiler, I'm gonna predict O'Malley to knock out Merab. Anyway, so I'm gonna say Gaethje by decision, 4 rounds to 1, maybe 3 rounds to 2.
Yeah, I think Gage takes the decision.
You think he wins every round?
No.
Yeah.
He goes Zhang Wei Li by decision.
So we
I
got
think it's going to be similar to the language fight.
Yep. I'm gonna take Zhang Wei Li to beat Zhang Wei Li by same person. No, Zhang Wei Li's a good fighter. What did you say, Zhang Wei Li by what?
By decision.
Yeah, I don't think Yan Jian'an is nothing for Wei Li, but I will say Wei Li's been knocked out before, and that's never good for any woman fighter. If you've been knocked out before, you're gonna get knocked out again at one point.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Imagine Yan Jian'an knocks out Zhang Wei Li, that'll be something. So I could kind of picture it, but I don't think she's the one to do it though.
No way.
All right, so I'm gonna say Wei Li by decision.
Me too.
Yep, Alex Pereira, Alex Pereira. Versus
Jamal Sweet Dreams Hill.
Yeah, Jamal Hill.
Yeah.
Jamal Hill. I'm gonna say I was gonna do the safe pick, Jamal Hill by TKO, because I like Alex Pereira. I like Jamal Hill too. He's the man. But I was gonna do the safe pick and say Jamal's gonna knock him out because the world isn't nice. But
I'm going to say
yeah, you go first.
Jamal Hill by TKO as well, but I'm not going to say because I want to be safe. I'm going to say because I think that's what's going to happen.
What?
I think that Jamal is going to just. I think he's just going to freeze Pereira. I don't know why.
Well, that's just what you think. Oh, wait. Don't speak. Don't speak. All right, you're good. You're good.
Oh, sorry. Okay. What did I leave off at?
Like 3 seconds. Like 3 seconds. I opened the AirPod case and it went on.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna start. I think Pereira is going to be frozen. I think
like Elsa?
Jamal is just going to. I think he's just going to freeze him. I think that Jamal is too fast for Pereira doesn't really move much.
Well, he's fast against. He's fast against.
Gage.
He's fast against Glover Teixeira, who's 50.
Yeah.
And he's fast against Thiago Santos, who has no knees. I want to see if he's fast against Alex Pereira, in my opinion. But I will say, I think Jamal Hill. He's coming back way too early after a. After I don't know why the speaker keeps going off. It's weird. So if you said anything, it didn't pick up. By the way.
I didn't say anything.
All right. Okay. I think Jamal Hill. He's coming off an Achilles tear, and he's coming back like 9 months later. It's insane. It's not enough time at all. Well, he does go to the PI. Maybe they're giving him some really special treatment, but he's gonna get leg kicked. I've never seen him check a leg kick before, and nobody checks Pereira's leg kicks. And after a few leg kicks, I think he'll be. His legs is gonna be fucked up because he came back way too early for the tear. And I've seen him get hit with a lot of left hooks before. He's very open. His hands are really down. His hands are down a lot, and I could see him getting hit. But he has a good chin though. I've never seen him rocked. But I don't know if he gets hit with a clean left hook from Alex Pereira. I don't know. So I'm just gonna say Alex Pereira by TKO. But I could see Jamal catching Pereira too. But the thing about Alex Pereira, people are saying that his striking defense is bad. But against Yuri, you have to move backwards. There's no moving side to side. You have to move backwards, or else he's gonna hit you with like a fucking headbutt knockout or something. That's how wild he is. Like, he's not even gonna hit you with like a punch. You gotta move back. That's why he was moving back and not side to side. But he was doing that against Jan though too. So maybe he's more plotty at light heavyweight, 100%, Alex.
I also think that maybe we could see a ground game approach from Jamal Hill.
Nah, you heard what he's been saying. He's been saying for months that he's not gonna do that.
Oh, did he?
if he does, then
Well, who said what's involved?
bro,
There was a fight and it said,
Jamal
oh yeah,
Jamal
but
Hill's never shot a takedown in his life in a fight.
yeah, but it was also, who was it? Sean Strickland and Drakus said that they weren't going to do that, but Drakus being Drakus.
Nah, Drickus probably didn't say that. He always shoots takedowns. Yeah. Yeah, but Jamal Hill, he's not crazy fast. He hits hard, but against a glory kickboxer, double champion, I don't know, in glory kickboxing and the UFC, I don't know how he does it. He has a pretty good chin. He's never been rocked, but I want to see him get hit with a left hook on the chin. I want to see how he takes that because that won't go good, So I'm gonna say Alex Pereira by TKO, or maybe KO. Maybe just a leg kick TKO. I'm gonna say like round 1 to 3, one of those 3 rounds. But he carries his power though.
I also don't think it's going to be a decision. I think that's going to be a finish.
Alex carries his power though, 100%. So
yeah,
he carries his power into round 3, into round 5 against Izzy. But I will say, Jamal looked good in the Glover fight, but Glover was rolling with a lot of shots. That's why, Jamal couldn't put him down, because Glover's been knocked out before. But Jamal, he took him 5 rounds, which he looked good in those 5 rounds, but I don't know. It was a bit underwhelming, in my opinion.
Yeah, I do remember watching that fight. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you watch his fight with Thiago Santos? That wasn't a good look.
I did not know.
That was his fight before Glover. He looked okay.
I did watch his fight against Paul Craig.
Oh, well, that's a terrible fight to watch for him. His fights against... Really, the only fights to pay attention in his career are really his last 2 fights or so. Maybe the Johnny Walker was like a minute long though. So.
No, that is true.
Yeah. Anyway, that is it for the predictions.
You know what? Johnny Walker's good competition. I always forget about that fight.
He's decent competition. It's just you can't hit him on the chin once.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yep. Anyway, that is it for the prediction video. And
Thank you for joining us.
It's probably gonna get like 2 views, but
yeah,
whoever watches it,
me and him, so.
whoever watches it, I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy my breakdown. I hope you enjoyed Sueky's breakdowns, and I hope I edit this good.
You better be giving me my royalties when you get paid for this.
Oh, I have 9 subscribers. You got more subscribers than me on your channel. For once. I'm just kidding. Alright. Video over. Goodbye. Maybe I'll do this for 303 in June. The McGregor Chandler pay-per-view. Maybe I'll do it for that. Supposedly. If 302 is sick, I'll do it for that, but I guarantee it won't be because they're mean to the East Coast.
And it's a main event.
Yep. Alright. Video's over. Now. Okay.